deer life. There's 3 of them running around. Looked like a doe and 2 fawns. They just started running in circles over there.
This is Sean McVeigh, Sean's Outdoor Adventures, and folks, I was out on a hunt this morning, and boy was the wind blowing. I was hunting in a saddle. The platform is about this big. Actually, let me grab it. Here's the platform, so it's quite small. Picture you're in a saddle facing the tree. Now, I had to spin around for this shot. There was a coyote coming through, and because of the wind, the tree was swaying a lot. Because of the image stabilization on the GoPro, you can't tell just as bad at the time of the shot. But I'm leaning against a tree to try to keep my balance. And when the coyote came over, I drew back, and I was having trouble getting my anchor point. I'm looking away, trying to get back. I'm like, what is going on? What I didn't realize is because of the wind, I was leaning into the tree to try to not fall. And so when I drew back, I didn't mentally realize how much I was leaning into the tree to try to keep my balance. And I wasn't able to bend at the waist because of the way I was leaning in a tree on that tiny little platform. And I was having trouble getting my anchor point because you got to bend at the waist to get the right angle. So the arrow went, just barely under the heart of this coyote. And it was a good shot otherwise. But I think that, if I was able to bend at the waist, thinking about it, I wouldn't be able to make the shot. This was the first time in my life I actually ever got a shot at a coyote. So close, but not quite. As far as the rest of the hunt goes, there was one period where I looked over and a doe and 2 fawns just started running in circles. Something spooked them. And I'm like, man, the wind is blowing like this from the deer toward me. I'm like, could it have swirled and they got a whiff of me? I'm like, something spooked them. It was clearly a hunter. And they were only about 60 yards from me when they spooked. About an hour or so later, a 6-point buck at the same exact spot went berserk and ran up through the woods behind me. I tried to get the video camera out to get a glimpse of footage of him, but he went bolting through the woods so fast I couldn't get really any footage of him. And so I was really thinking, man, I feel like somebody's in a ground blind or something over there, because there's not really much trees you can get in. There's lots of blowdowns, and the way that the deer are spooking hard at that spot, it's like they're coming across and boom, all of a sudden they get downwind of that person and they're on the ground and they're like, ah! And so they take off.
There's definitely somebody over there. Maybe one of them shot one and they're yelling about it. I don't know.
There's the Coyote Miss. Clean Miss. I'm walking out the other direction. Someone's left a folded up ground blind here, or left a ground blind here, and I was thinking the way those deer were behaving on the other side of me, I was thinking there must be somebody in a ground blind over there. So it's probably somebody's got a couple ground blinds sitting out and they just come out and get in one of them. Or more than one person. It could be a couple people. There's their boot track. So my suspicions were right. Somebody's been kind of bouncing around, hunting on the ground at this public land spot, and it didn't come together for me today. I had a good feeling all week about this hunting spot leading up to the actual hunt, and probably about Friday, that good feeling just kind of went away, and I'm like, oh man. So I had a good feeling about the spot. It is a good spot, but it didn't come together because somebody else was hunting nearby, and they were spooking the deer off. Now, one of the other things that was a challenge on this hunt is I had to wade through a stream to get to this spot. And I thought the last time I was there that it looked like I could make it across with my boots, but I hit a spot that went a little too deep, and my boots flooded on the way in the morning. So I sat down on the side of the stream, dumped all the water out, wrung out my socks, and I went through this whole hunt with cold feet. I'm Sean McVay, Sean's Outdoor Adventures. Thanks so much for tuning in on my Coyote Miss. Hopefully next time will be a perfect shot. But thanks for tuning in. Until next time, take care and God bless.